Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got the Z, I've got some vowels. I can see fizz, but do I have a 5-letter play which gets the Z doubled? I don't think so. So fizz for 30. That looks close to a bingo. I can't see a 7. But it's a balanced rack, so even if I don't have a bingo, I should be able to sort the rack out and score okay. I've got 2 scoring tiles in the P and the H. Just wondering what floaters would help. I don't think any of the ones on the board give me an 8. I've got an O for going underneath the Z. Fizz only takes a Z after it. Okay, no new floaters from my opponent. A nice play by him. 36 points. So my O can go after Zo and my I after X. I don't really want to keep P and H. I don't have an A or D for going in front of Z. However, there is some merit in OI in that it's not opening the board up and it scores quite well. So, is this the best? I don't have an E for going after R. Nothing I've got goes after ID. So, I think this is the best I can do. Do I have anything else apart from the O which goes after Zo? No. Okay, moving slightly away from a bingo rack, but the board's quite tight and I'm 20 points ahead. So while the board is tight, playing short, scory words is fine. Now, I do have an N for going after Zoo. That could well be blocked. There are a few openings on this board, or few scoring lanes. OI takes an L and an S after it. Okay, 25 points for my opponent. And again, he's provided no new floaters, so this board is looking pretty tight. Zoot only takes a Y after it. So I'm in a spot of difficulty here, I think. Very limited spots to play. I don't have anything down from the N. Well, I guess I can play Phi here for 19 and an OK rack leave. Great. I draw the first blank. This looks close to a bingo. But not many bingo lanes on this board. FE takes nothing in front of it. Zoot takes nothing in front. Redox takes nothing before or after it. And the post hooks for OI only allow for a 6-letter word. So I guess it's row M, running underneath Phi or beginning underneath GI or down through the P. But my opponent could well extend the ladder down. However, should he do so, he could be opening up row N. So what do I have? In terms of 7s, probably only worth considering the blank as a vowel. So can't see anything. My opponent has changed. So I've got the 7-letter lane. I've also got P as a floater, which doesn't look particularly helpful. I guess column 8 is also available for bingos ending ID. Okay, that doesn't help much. So, blank as an A. Well, what about N Ranch? Not totally sure about that. Now, Chunner is good with the blank as a U. That doesn't play, annoyingly. Chinner is not good. N Ranch, what am I confusing that with? N Race? Enhance? N ranch. Just don't feel good enough about it to play. So if I don't play that, what's the alternative? The P is not promising at all. 16 minutes on my clock. Nothing to go after OI. I could just play NID. I'm 15 points ahead. Or I could play down through the P. I certainly want to split up these ends. Well, I was thinking about just playing EN, but that can't be good. Anything which opens up row O has got to be too dangerous. There's just not enough score on offer here to justify doing that. Well, this is a very tricky spot I'm in. In ranch, I'm going to try this. And it's going to come off, I'm sure. Just waiting for this to be challenged. I'm waiting for it to vanish before my eyes. Surely. Well, not yet. I can barely look at my new rack because I don't think I'm going to have it for long. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Wow. Brutal. Brutal. 85 points. Now I'm behind. No new floaters again. How annoying. And Chunna still doesn't play. I think that the problem is that it's very difficult to split up these ends. Well, I guess I could play hen for 25. Or better still, hern. More score. And I don't have any vowels at the moment, so 33 points. And that is a pretty good pickup and pretty undeserved as well. I've got an E for going underneath the R. The bottom left could well be a distraction to my opponent. There's 30 odd points on offer there for a 2-letter play. And I suspect I do have a play beginning with E or beginning something E. Yeah, 38 for my opponent. So he's 70 odd ahead. I can catch him with a play beginning with E. So what do I have beginning with E? 13 minutes on my clock. Look how much of a ladder this is. The only bingo lane apart from row N. Ah, there's row O, hooking Han. So do I have anything which goes after Han? Possibly T. Well, before I go through the alphabet, let me think what goes after Han. D does. No bingo there. G does. No. K does. No. T, I think, does. So, do I have anything beginning with T? Tint shell. And I think I'll get this down because I wasted time before. Tint shell for 85. And if this comes off, I'm having a bad day at the office. But I think it's good. I think it's Linchet and Tint shell. I think you can switch the first and last letters. So I'm now 10 points in the lead. I've got a balanced rack. It's not bingo-y. But that's okay because this isn't a bingo-y board. I do have some scoring tiles. Wow, nice score for my opponent. But is Zoots good? I think it may have come in. It used to be just a Y, but I am going to check. Fantastic. He challenges one of my words off and I challenge one of his. Yes. Right, so what can I do with this rack? The obvious spot to look at is above the end of Tint shell. So I could play Beep, but I know my opponent's got the S, so I don't want to provide an easy S hook. He's got SUQ in column 11. I'm not going to go out of my way to block that. 11 minutes on my clock. I could easily get into time trouble here because this is such a tight board. There's going to be very few bingos. And there's a lot of tiles to come. REH is good. Wow, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I was thinking about playing a word beginning with C to be really blocky down onto the L, but I can't think of a four-letter word which works. Well, what about Peel? Pretty ropey, but it blocks the suck play. So 8 points. Obscena through an S, and my opponent's got an S. But I don't think he's likely. Well, he could play Squid. He could play Squid. Well, he's more likely to play Quid. This is a grim looking board. I don't like boards that are this tight. I much prefer exploding boards, but it just didn't happen. The Fizz Redox start really put paid to that. It would have needed a bingo at that point to open the board up. It didn't happen. Instead, we laddered down to the left. Anyway, I have a balanced rack. There are 45 tiles left. All of the action is going to happen in the bottom right. There goes Quid. And Equid is good. So I can play Bonds. This board is finally coming to life. Good score, good rack cleave. And I'm taking my opponent's S hook and not providing a new one. 2 Vs, grim, but it happens all too often. But the F is a bad tile to have with it. F and V don't go well together, and I'm certainly going to struggle to play off the F and 2 Vs, so I'm going to have at least one of them on my rack. Nice score for my opponent. He's no longer got the Q. I was going to say he had it, but he's played it. So my opponent now, wow, we're dead level. Dead level. I've got Vav as a 3-letter play, nowhere to play it. I could play Favor beginning at F1. That's just gifting 30 points to my opponent. I don't want to do that when we are so close. Fen is good, so I could play Favor across here. 19 points, which is okay. I'm playing off 2 of the troublesome threesome. and I'm not providing anything massive for my opponent, except he does have an S. I am providing a bingo lane, but the S would have to be in second or third place. Yeah. Wow, pretty good. I've got Viniest. There may not be anywhere to play that. And Invites. But it's good to have such a nice rack after such a grim one last turn. Fen takes nothing in front, so row B at the beginning not available. Nothing goes in front of V. Invites, Viniest. Not sure there's anything else there. I do have an S, but it's not in second or third position. Peel hasn't opened any bingo lanes up. But I'm 19 points ahead with a decent rack. And if I can't bingo, then at least I can play off the V and leave myself with a very bingo-y set of tiles. If I played off VI somewhere, then EINST is one of the best possible 5-letter rack leaves. Just looking around to see if there's any bingo lanes I've missed. Vlogs is good. That doesn't work for me. So, and my opponent's played off the S, so he could have one of these two remaining S's. How do I play off VI? Well, I guess the vlog spot is pretty useful, because if I play down here, say, I think the best I can do is Vin, then although I'm opening up column 1, I'm not opening it up to a bingo, since vlogs takes nothing in front of it, and there are only 6 squares to the left of I and running down. And this rack leave, EIST, pretty good. Let me look at the remaining vowels. 14 out of 32. Okay, so it's fairly balanced. Eight minutes on my clock. Is it really the case that Invites and Viniest is all that was available? Yeah, I think so. And 31 points is a decent score. Pretty good. Die State, not good. I had that played against me recently. I've got Div in column 8, but that keeps 2 T's. Row F is a bingo lane for bingos beginning with Q. My opponent's likely to play in column 1. If he doesn't, I can. So I've got column 1 and the top of column 8 for middling scores. I'm only 20 points ahead, so one bingo could really make all the difference in this game. Now I could extend favour to favourite. 28 points, pretty good. Only 2 E's to come, and that burns an E, but it does split up the duplicate T. Now, any bingo lanes, the AB pair has gone. It's now a triplicate. So it's just rows B and D for 7s and column 11. Tardius through an R. That doesn't work. Yeah, 27 points. Nice score for my opponent. So, do I play Div, keeping state? Only 1 T to come. And I think my opponent's got an S. So that looks quite a nice rack leave. And it goes quite well with the D, and it scores 21 points. I'm going with this. Ostiate, Toasty. Ostiate plays in column 11. Is there anything with this rack through a D? Well, not that I've seen yet. Remaining tiles not too bingo-y, although there will be plenty of bingos amongst them. Both blanks have gone, but there's only 1 E left. No I's. quite a few A's. So if column 11 stays available for Ostiate, it'll give me a good lead, but it'll be opening up a nice bingo lane in column 12. Wow. I say wow. I think it's a phony. Toadiest. Pretty sure that's not good, and I'm pretty sure I've tried it before. Always a possibility with these words which you know have been challenged off before that they have come into the word list. Okay, great. Ostia's still available, and my opponent has not bingoed, and he's burnt an S. Fantastic. So, Toasty or Ostiate? Ostiate, because it gets doubled. 70 points. Not good, and that also means that my opponent's rack is likely to be pretty good, and if he bingos now, I think the game is his. A couple of really nice bingo lanes, row A. Great, he hasn't bingoed. One tile in the bag. And, well, no 7-letter lanes, 6 minutes on my clock, but there are floating A's and D's. If he's got a bingo through a D, I can't block it, because he's got it in 2 spots. And he could have wrestled if the A was in the bag. So that would be game over for me. I'm only 40 points in the lead. So I could play Sky. Because it takes out the A if he's only got a bingo through that. £31 points would put me 70 points in the lead, so if he doesn't bingo, he's definitely going to lose. There's only one tile in the bag, so whatever I play, I'm emptying the bag, and my opponent's bingo will end the game. So all I'm really doing with this play is taking out the A floater, which is pretty unlikely to be useful. Well, I say all I'm doing, I'm also scoring well. Quite a lot of time on my clock. I'm just wondering if I can leave myself with a nicer rack leave in the event that my opponent doesn't bingo. Can I play off one of the U's? Maybe a play down column 14. Can't see such a play. I'm going with Sky. Yeah, my opponent does have wrestled, so this should be going down. And if it doesn't, I think I probably win. Yeah. So, pass to end the game. And the final score, 407 to me, 438 to my opponent. So, well done to my opponent. A good game. It all came down to the final move, and my opponent bingoed out to win. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.